My name is Sam, and you're welcome to the part two of the tutorials on employee management. Today, we'll be looking at succession planning and promotion. Today, we'll be looking at succession planning and promotion. I've logged in with two people. I've logged in with a line manager, Susan Red, and on Explorer, and I've also logged on Edge, Microsoft Edge, and I've also logged in as an HR manager on this one on Google Chrome. I've logged in as HR manager on Google Chrome. So I have that right here as HR manager on also Google Chrome. So to do some logging in with, this is the HR manager and this is the line manager. So this particular manager actually wants to plan for do some level of succession planning for his direct reports. So to do that, he goes to manager and clicks on my team. Now, since succession planning is about making plans for the progression of employees within reporting to this particular employee called Susan Red. So I'm looking at Chikanyan. Chikanyan is one of the direct reports of Susan Red, and we actually want to do some level of succession planning for Chikanyan. So I click on Chikanyan right here, and the profile of Chikanyan comes up telling me that Chikanyan has done, his competence rating is 83%, his attendance rating is 0% based on this. Performance rating is 82%. She spent about 4,333 days in the company. So to initiate a succession plan for this person, I click on succession plan right here to say that this person has done so well in the company, so we can plan for the person's progress within the company. So I click on succession planning from here, and that opens up for me a form to do the succession planning for Chikanyan. So right here I see all the plans that have been done for Chikanyan, and I can just click on the plus button right here to do a new plan for Chikanyan. So when I click on a new plan, I can select this is for Chikanyan. So it tells me, the application tells me the recent performance rating, the job grade of the person, the last performance rating for the person, this current period performance rating has not been, or performance has not been completed, PMS has not been completed. This is the job grade of the person. What are we planning for the person? For example, let's assume the person at the present now is an operations officer, and we are planning to make him the head of operations in the future. So the question will now be, if we are planning to do that, what kind of skills does he require? The application tells us it requires to be flawless, to have a lot of brain, and those are the, and what job grade are we planning him for? We are planning him for job grade 5. He's currently on job grade 8, meaning a lower job grade right here, but we are planning him, or planning Chikanyan for a bigger job grade. His performance metrics, the application shows us that this is the present performance metrics, and the company is here, the location is here. Let's assume she'll be ready in 2 to 3 years. So we put a comment and say we would work on doing better job with her. So we'll put any comment we'd like to actually put, and I click on the save and update. The moment I click on the save and update, the application allows me to begin to do plan the succession. How do I think Chikanyan is going to move from the job grade 8 as an operation officer to become the head of operations in 2 to 3 years? How is it going to happen? So I begin to plan. So I click on the plus button, and that opens up for me a pop-up. That gives me a pop-up, and I'm able to actually put it. What are we going to do? We're going to send him on training, or send her on training to Harvard. Who is responsible? The person responsible for this is Sam White. Sam White needs to approve it, and let's assume that Susan Red is also responsible. Susan Red needs to approve it and all that. And the moment I've done that, what's the status is in progress. We've started the process. And what is today's date? Let's assume that this must be done by the end of the month, and the start date will be end of the month, and the end date must be by sometimes in December. And I click on save and update. As I do this begins to add up into the plan. So this is adding up into the plan of how we intend to transition Chikanyanwu from an operations officer to the head of operations in the company. And I also click on another one. Let's assume the other plan is to say he's going to go on secondment. He's going to go on secondment. Who is responsible? Chikanyanwu is the one that will actually go on this secondment. So he's responsible to get this done. When are we starting? We're actually starting is in progress. The start date is actually today. Let's assume the start date is actually today. And the target date, let's assume this will be done by the end of the month. And I just click on save and update. As I add all this in, this begins to add up to what I actually have right here. And when I'm done as the line manager, what I would have to do is just to send notification. So by clicking on this send notification box, this sends a notification to the HR department telling them that I've initiated a succession plan for Chikanyanwu and I would need their inputs to determine if it's within the plan of the company to actually move Chikanyanwu to that wonderful level. So by doing that, a mail would have been sent to the HR department asking them to approve this particular succession plan. So if I check the mail, it says to me succession plan has been sent for Chikanyanwu. So I can just click on the succession plan from here as the HR. I'm logging in now as Sam White. Sam White is an HR manager. So by clicking on this, it takes me to where Sam White is supposed to do some level of work on it. So by coming here, this shows me that there's one on Chikanyanwu. His current level is job grade 8. It's being planned for job grade 5 and it has not been approved yet. So the HR manager clicks on it and opens up to see what plan has been done for this particular person. So remember, this is what we actually planned. So the HR manager can actually look at it, review it, and click on the approval status. By clicking on the approval status, what the HR manager is able to do is to allocate people that are expected to look at this particular succession plan for Chikanyanwu and are expected to approve it. So for example, let's assume Sam White, the same Sam White, is supposed to look at it. I click on Sam White and I click on save and update. The moment I've done this, a mail will be sent to Sam White to go and approve it. So if I come back to Sam White here and I go to the mailbox, I will discover that a mail has been sent from HR department saying that, can you see, approval request for succession plan for Chikanyanwu. So if I click on this particular one is going to immediately send me to the place to approve it. So Chikanyanwu's succession plan is being approved by somebody that has been selected as the approver by the HR. So I can just come here, see all the things that have been planned for him, and just click on the approve button. And the moment I've clicked on the approve button, I'm able to put any of the comments and say, oh, we are looking at this, or I have approved it. I just say okay and say this particular plan fits into the business, fits into the company's plans and objectives. And the moment I've done that, the succession plan immediately becomes approved. So if I come back as Chikanyanwu, as the line manager right here, the moment I come back as the line manager right here, let's just do back from here. Let me just click on back from here. You will discover that the succession plan that has been created by Susan Red for Chikanyanwu is now approved. That means that subsequently after that, the Susan Red, who is the line manager, can come here intermittently to come and update the status of the plans that have been done for Chikanyanwu. For example, 2 months after Chikanyanwu has gone for this training in Harvard, then Susan Red comes here to say, oh, this particular thing is completed now, meaning that Chikanyanwu is now moving closer to transition to become the head of that particular department. So basically this continues to update, and by this it becomes a living document of how you intend to transition Chikanyanwu from an operations officer to the head of that particular department. Really, that is what you actually use the succession plan for. So the succession plan is used to plan how you intend to transition somebody's progression within the company to ensure that you have a robust plan for the future. Thank you very much. In the next video, I'll be looking at promotions. Join me as we actually look at that in the next session. Thank you very much. I hope this actually helps you.